Alright, you guys, Devin here again with another canteen video. And I'm saying alright because this has been long requested since I started my canteen playlist, really since you guys have seen my Arctic canteen. And that would be the canteen that replaced it. This is the USGI canteen cold weather, so it's no longer canteen Arctic, it's canteen cold weather. And I got this one with the cup and a pouch, brand new actually. It's got some storage marks on it, but other than that, it's pretty much brand new. Both the canteen and the cup. Cup was made in 1993. The canteen, if it'll focus here. There you go. See, 2002. You can see the U.S. property marks on it. There's the one on the canteen, 1993 U.S. It's a little bit different than the regular USGI canteen. It's a little bit wider. It's a little bit thinner. It's basically a giant, like, alcohol flask is basically how I would describe this with a cup. As you can see, it's no longer that. It's kind of like a squished kidney bean shape. So it's about a half-inch thinner than the regular USGI canteen, but it's wider. So this canteen, I actually think, is a downgrade from the Arctic canteen. Sure, it's more ergonomic and blah, 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 and all that, but I actually think it's a downgrade from the canteen, the Arctic canteen, because it is actually designed, the Arctic canteen is actually designed to keep your water from freezing, where this isn't. This is basically just to give you an easy way to melt your water when it does freeze, which I think is kind of a cheaper way of doing it rather than just having a canteen that keeps your water from freezing. And we'll compare the two here since I happen to have both of them. So one on the left is the Arctic canteen, which will keep your water from freezing for a very, very long period of time. Now, both of these canteens have the same attachment method, which was Alice clips. I actually got those here on my Alice belt. Now, this is the Arctic canteen pouch, which, as you can see, is hooked to my Alice gear via Alice clips. It's a heavy-duty canvas. It's split, so it's easy to get stuff out. And this is the pouch for the canteen cold weather that replaced the Arctic canteen. And it is a Velcro and snap closure insulated cover. So unlike the Arctic canteen, this cover is insulated, but it's not insulated enough to really keep the canteen from, if I can undo the snap one-handed here. Come on. So I got the cover brand new and I pretty much just threw it on here, but there we go. So now here's the cover for it. It's pretty much just like your USGI 1-quart canteen covers, your Alice ones, except it's lined a little different. It's got like a really, really fine nylon, like almost Gore-Tex-y like fabric, and a big heavy polyester fill, as you can see, kind of sticking out there in the rear seam. But here's the instructions for the canteen. Fill the canteen to the mark stamped on the canteen. Do not overfill the canteen. And the reason that is because when water freezes, so they knew going into it that your water's going to freeze in this new canteen, unlike with the Arctic one. And the reason they have that fill line in there is because if you fill it over that, water expands when it freezes, and it'll ruin the seams on your canteen or blow the top off of it, which isn't good. You don't want to break stuff in the field if you don't have to. So, and then it tells you all about hand washing shit, soap and water. Don't use bleach or any other cleaners, blah, 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 stuff like that. So don't direct sunlight as far as the pouch and everything goes. So that's pretty much it with the pouch. It's like a slightly more technologically advanced regular USGI canteen pouch, and no drainage on it, so that's kind of a problem too. The Arctic one, though, to be fair, doesn't have as much, doesn't have any drainage either, but it is split most of the way, so it won't hold very much water in it, and the water that it does have in it will drain out through the canvas and the seams pretty easy. So we'll get those out of the way now. Now, the old Arctic canteen, sure, it isn't as ergonomic of a shape. They hold the This one holds less water than the Arctic canteen. The Arctic canteen holds less water than the cold weather canteen. But it's designed to keep it from freezing. It's not as ergonomic of a shape. These are older too and are no longer issued. Highly recommend you get one though if you live in a very cold or very hot environment. This will keep your water cold or warm for a really long amount of time. And the cup for it is really nice too, holds a good amount. It's the old L handle style, which means it acts kind of like a tripod. It's very stable, so you don't have to really worry about your cup tipping over while you're heating or cooking in it. Where you will have that problem with the butterfly handle ones. So as you can see, as it said on the cover, here's the fill line for the canteen. So you don't fill it above this line, because when water freezes, it'll expand and that'll do damage to the canteen. But it's a very well finished canteen. As you can see, the very nice welds around the edge there. It's pretty much just two big pieces of steel. It's the top and then the whole stamped bottom. Now, this does have some advantages over the regular Arctic canteen. In fact, that you can hook it to a gas mask via this tab up here, so you can put your gas mask tube through there, and then it has a larger plastic opening pretty much just to attach the regular canteen cap. And then when you need to re-thaw your water, as you probably will have to do every single goddamn morning with this canteen, unless you're in a heated environment where you're sleeping with this very, very close to you, it says to remove the entire plastic cover, and then you heat this whole assembly until your water is thawed. Now, this also comes with the cup. So the cup is pretty much just like your normal standard late USGI stainless steel butterfly. So one handle will have 2 bars on it, and it actually provides a pretty good grip, but it also is a pretty stable canteen as well. So flared edge, so it's not rolled. Very nice, very thick steel this one is. Both of the canteen and the cup are made out of some incredibly thick metal. As you can see, even with its very elongated shape, me squeezing on it barely flexes it a little, but not very much. So it does have that going for it. This is a better canteen to use as long as you're in a heated environment regularly. This canteen makes more sense. Also, if you're in like a potential chemical zone, this canteen makes more sense than the Arctic one. But I think in the long run, personal preference for me is I would rather have the Arctic canteen, because I don't need to have as much care into thinking about, is my water frozen or not, with this as with this one. So which is a little bit rough, I think, but a judgment on it. I haven't had much of a lot of time to utilize this canteen, as it is not winter yet, so I don't actually know how good it is yet, but I will probably update you guys in a later video on how good it is as far as the winter goes. This is the current issue to U.S. troops in Alaska. So if you were ever stationed in Alaska, either at Anchorage or at Fairbanks, either of those 2 bases or any of the Coast Guard places up there, you probably have a canteen like this, because camelbacks don't work up there because they freeze, and regular canteens don't work because they freeze. So you probably got issued one of these if you were up there in the military. And I'd very much like to hear your feedback on this, as far as you go, which one you guys would rather have, whether the canteen cold weather, this one, or the Arctic canteens. Because I'd think I'd rather have the Arctic canteen, to be honest by myself. But overall, I think it's a pretty good canteen. Even if I was just going to like use this in hot weather, I really like this shape, even over the standard M1910 canteen. I really like the shape. If it came with a lower profile, pouch that exposed the mouth without having to open the whole pouch, this would probably be one I would use all the time, because I have the cup and stuff with it. And it's just nice. It's a lot more lower profile than the regular canteen. Holds more water as well. So yeah, if it wasn't for the cover, this would be something I would use quite regularly. So I could probably make it cover. That'll work for this. But hopefully you guys like this video, and all of you that have been looking forward to one of these are quite rare, quite hard to find, especially new and in good condition altogether. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you like this video, and you subscribe if you like this sort of stuff. If you have any experience with one of these in the comments, any things you liked about them, any things you disliked about them, your opinions on them in general, which one would you rather have, the cold weather or the Arctic canteen? I'd very much like to hear about those in the comments. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.